welcome. Here we explore the world of hospitality, digital storytelling, and the hotel leadership through the conversations with professionals shaping the future of travel. I'm your host, Ali Bek, and today I'm honored to be joined by a seasoned hospitality leader whose career has spanned some of the world's most iconic hotel brands, from Four Seasons to Auberge Resorts to Jumeirah in Dubai. With over a decade of experience managing award-winning properties across the Caribbean, the US, and the Middle East, he brings a truly global perspective on what it takes to create unforgettable guest experiences, both online and on the ground. In this episode, we'll dive into what it's like to really manage hotels and high-end resorts, how leadership shapes service culture, and what younger professionals should know about building a career in the luxury hospitality space. We'll also touch on the evolving role of hotels' online presence. So whether you're curious about hospitality, a curious traveler, or someone who's passionate about the future of hotels, I think you're going to find this conversation really inspiring. So let's get started. Welcome, Jan. It's a big honor having you here with us today.
Thank you so much. The privilege is on my side. Thank you.
Yep. So before we start, could you please briefly walk us through your hotel journey and where you started, where you are now, and how that progressed, if you don't mind?
Definitely. I hope we have at least 5 hours of time to talk because it'll be a long one, unless you want me to very compress version. So we can do either or. Okay, compress. I understand. So good afternoon or good morning, depending on the time you will be watching, this recording. My name is Jan Valasek. I'm definitely the hotelier by passion and by all my DNA. The first thing I would say, hospitality is not for everybody. Uh, Either you love it or you hate it. There is no in between because we have to give up a lot, especially during the special celebrations like Christmas, Ramadan, Easter's, where our families are at home and celebrating. That's the most busy time for hotels. I didn't know that when I joined hospitality, and you learn as you progress. So going back to 1998 is the time when I finished my hotel school. And my focus back then was actually to be a chef. So my profession originally was chef. Started my first job in a small tiny hotel in Prague, Czech Republic, in Europe. That's where I am from originally. But not long after I started my first job, I was approached and considered to be part of the Four Seasons Hotel in Prague, which opened in 2001. That's where my journey started. I didn't expect to travel. I didn't expect to see the world. I was this little tiny boy, obviously young, freshly from the school. I thought I will be living only in my home country. Yet, moving forward, 2004, I moved to my first assignment in Bahamas. From Bahamas, moved to USA to Austin, Texas. From Texas, after that, moved to London in UK, where I did reopening of our iconic hotel at the Park Lane. Then I was tasked to go to our second hotel in London in Canary Wharf, which doesn't exist anymore. And my job was to deflag. That's when you actually putting your flag down because there is this agreement between the hotel brand and the ownership. Shortly after the deflagging of this hotel, I was appointed to go again to Caribbean, but this time to Anguilla. It's a beautiful island close to San Martin and close to Miami. My assignment over there was to take over from Viceroy Hotel to make it Four Seasons within 6 weeks. So it's quite interesting as well. Did that, then we were doing a great job. Then a year later, we got destroyed by the strongest hurricane in Caribbean, Hurricane Irma, where we got quite heavy damage to our property. So in the meantime, I went to help to our sister properties in Nevis, also in Caribbean. When Anguilla was ready for reopening, I moved back again to open the hotel for a second time. And then 2018, I moved to Chicago as a hotel manager. In Four Seasons Chicago, I had a great time being part of massive renovation of the main hotel lobby, the restaurant, banqueting, suites, and everything. Very exciting until this small thing called COVID came in.
Yes.
And as we know, COVID changed the world and COVID changed my life as well. I think before COVID, I was seeing only Four Seasons is my future and nothing else. So in a way, I am happy that COVID happened to me because COVID told me, stop, look, there is more than Four Seasons. So during that time, I was obviously, let go by Four Seasons because Four Seasons decided to let go thousands of people around the world just to protect the company respectfully. And I was appointed by Auberge Group, as you mentioned. So it's a very small boutique company at this given time. And I was appointed to go again to Caribbean because I knew Caribbean quite well, to go again to Anguilla, where I was with Four Seasons. But because the island was closed during COVID, I ended up being in Mexico. So I spent 3 months in Mexico. Fun fact, I speak zero Spanish, yet I was living in Spanish-speaking country, which was a big fun. But hospitality is the same. We do check-in, check-out, we selling beds, we selling food, access to the pool, so you don't need a different language. It's very simple. Then moved to Anguilla, and after some time in Anguilla, I got an opportunity to work for freestanding boutique hotel in British Virgin Islands, which was a small, very nice hotel. So I moved there as a general manager. And a year later, I was approached by Jumeirah to join them in Dubai for the first iconic hotel, Jumeirah Beach Hotel, which was the first, obviously, Jumeirah hotel in the portfolio of Jumeirah, opened in 1997. So I moved there as a hotel manager. But very shortly, I was the interim general manager, and I was running this small beast of 600 rooms for 1 year. And April of last year, of 2024, I was appointed general manager of Jumeirah Living Marina Gate, where I'm currently residing, but working already on a second project with our owners on Jumeirah Living Business Bay, which is an upcoming freestanding ultra-luxury residential building close to the downtown of Dubai. We can be here talking for hours and hours. I can be talking about all the positions and struggles, but quick in summary, this is my 27 years of journey in hospitality industry in literally 3 minutes.
Nice. And what would you say, like, this is like a lot of experience. What would you say is the most rewarding part of leading a hotel team?
I think to your point, first of all, it's rewarding from the professional side, from the guest side and employee side. Professional, as mentioned at the beginning, I never thought I will be able to be successful in, abroad. And I never thought I'll be general manager. That was not my aspiration by then. My aspiration was to be a chef and then director of food and beverage. Until this was, I think, 2014, when I had a very healthy meeting with my regional vice president. And he told me, Jan, you will be a GM one day. Just don't rush it. I'm like, me a GM? Like, I don't want to be a GM. I said, no. You will be a GM, I can see, but take your time. That was the moment when I changed my mindset, saying, you know what, if he says I can be a GM, yes, I can be a GM. It was an amazing leader who built the most GMs in Four Seasons back in history. So that part is rewarding, that I achieved something coming from small city, coming from very poor family where finances are very tight, yet I was able to build my own career. From the guest perspective, because when you work in the hotels, you will come across the most influential people in the world. You will see all the celebrities from the cinema, from your TikToks, Instagrams, movie stars, singers. I mean, you name it. I've seen a lot of people, and it's good to see how they are as a humans, because we know them only on the public face. We don't know them in the private face. Mm-hmm. So you see, quite interesting, diversity in their behaviors in their behind the scene versus when they are on the scene. And the third element is mentioned. So the first is about me, second about the guests, and third about the employees. Most important for me is to see my employees successful and happy. And it's the most rewarding part for me when I go back to other hotels where I used to work. I walk in and the employees who are still saying, hey boss, you are back. Even though I'm not boss anymore for them, right? I'm a long time gone. Yet for them, I'm still the boss because I was able to connect with them. And this is one of my rule number one. Always give to your employees first before to your managers. Because it's the line employees, the lower grade employees are the one who make you successful, not your managers. The line employees are the one who are doing the heavy lifting, all the cleaning, all the talking, all the serving, upselling, and. So, and I remember when I was at that position, when I was per se nobody, just a line employee, how difficult it was for my manager to find the time. They were always busy. So I make a decision to myself, said no matter where I will be, no matter what position I will have, no matter how many names are there on my name tag, whatever, I will always first give to my employees. That's what I'm always doing. And it's the most rewarding thing when you walk around. Every morning I walk around with my property, I handshake with my employees to break the barrier between the line level and the big boss. There is no such a big boss. We are all at the same level
Yes,
because we are here to serve our guests. That's the principle.
correct.
Because when you come in as a guest, you don't care who am I. I'm in the uniform. I'm the employee. I should serve you. If I'm manager, no manager, doesn't matter. Our job is to make sure the guest is happy.
I completely agree because this summer, for example, I had an internship at a hotel. I was a rotational intern at the front office, basically. And I don't know if you know
Mhm.
this, the chain Accor,
Of course.
Swiss hotel, yeah. And
Yep.
what our managers always said is that the employees are the front line of the hotel. These are the people that serve the guests, and these are one of the most important people in the hotel industry as a whole. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
But
Uh,
you see, but also, if I can stop you here, the
yeah,
second part I would say is many people will say it, but they don't preach what they say. They say because they've been told, make sure you say to your employees for them to feel good,
yeah.
but not all will execute the same speech. As I say, walk the talk, don't just talk.
Mhm.
Show the example. We are the role models. If I don't do it, how do I expect from my people to do it?
Yeah.
Very simple.
Hmm. I agree. So going on to like in the next section of my question bank is like managing across different cultures and different countries. You worked, as you mentioned, in different countries like or cities like London or Cabo in Mexico and Dubai and even more like the Czech Republic. How do guest expectations differ across different regions of the world, would you say?
You see, I would say there is no recipe for success. There is no one given answer to your question. I think you need to actually first differentiate what is the location, because there is a big difference of the guest if they are in a business hotel, if they are in the resort. Are
Hmm.
they in the city resort? Are they in the beach resort? Are they in the island resort? All of this change the behavior of the guest. Example, for example, London or Chicago. Those are busy business hotels. People come in, check in, check out because they fly in for one night. They need to check in, make sure the room is ready, shower, sleep, meeting, out, and they are gone. So their behavior, their expectation is different than the people who fly. For example, as you mentioned, to go to Jumeirah Beach Hotel in Dubai, you come for vacation. So
Yes.
you come with your mindset, I want to relax. So your expectation is all about, I want to make sure it's in peace and relaxing. Versus if you come as a business guy, you want everything to be efficient and quick. So that's the dynamics you need to first understand. And that's the differentiate of us to understand as a leader, what is your hotel? Who are you serving? Who are your guests? Where they come from? What is the purpose of the visit? Because it's easier in a way to serve the guests who's on vacation because they are more relaxed. Plus, you have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days for them to connect. With business people, it's one shot. They check in and better be good. If not, it's very hard to connect with them because they are so busy. So you don't have a time to see them, to meet them, to talk to them.
Yeah.
So it really depends. There is no really one answer. It depends on your hotel. It depends on who are your guests.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Um, And then my next question will be, are there specific operational branding differences between, obviously there are, but like, what are some of the specific ones? Uh, the operational branding differences between like working at Jumeirah, Four Seasons, Auberge, or other ones that you've worked at. Uh,
I think, it is a very, very beautiful question because I seen from different hotels, different, touch points. You call them touch points, right? So if you go all the way back when you were even born yet, before your time, if Mr. Isadora Shar, who is the founder of Four Seasons Hotels, it's funny enough, he is not a hotelier to begin with, right? He was an engineer, he was a construction engineer who one day decided to build a motel, not even a hotel. But he was so vision thinking on the future that he's actually the one who invented many of the things that are now a common thing. 24-hour room service never exists. He invented bathroom amenities, your shampoo, conditioner, all these things. He invented minibar. He invented. So all these things would not be here today if this guy, who was a construction guy, would not start Four Seasons. They might be here by now by somebody else, but he was the one who started it. So we need to be very grateful to Mr. Israel Shah from Four Seasons for really doing all these, things for us. But going back to your question in more detail, yes, every brand has a something small to differentiate their brand. Either is the building itself, are they in very unique locations where no other brand can be? Is it the product? Is it the actually small touch points as the amenities in the room? I was amazed when I spent those 3 months in Cabo, in Mexico. Every single night during turn down service, when you come back from your dinner and the room is set up nice, smooth, first of all, it smells very good. Why? Because the day before you leave for dinner, you take a small box out of the 6 aromatherapies you want to be in the room when you come. So you take your box first, let's say lavender. So you come and the room smells like a lavender. Second thing is what I love really a lot, and no other brand is doing it so far, or I don't know yet. They do a small, like a character of Mexican history, a person from straw. So they have a local artist who from a straw literally makes a little tiny person. Here is the guy with big sombrero doing avocado, doing the agave, or is the lady on the field, or is the guy on the horse. So every night you are excited to come from dinner because you know there'll be a small new person with a small card explaining this person is this guy and this is the heritage of this person. So I have a collection, I think, of 20 different small people with 20 cards explaining who is this each person. And this is something very unique. Is it ultra luxury? Maybe not. But for that hotel in Mexico, which is still 5-star luxury hotel, was so unique, so beautiful, and people loved it. Nobody complained. People actually complain if they get the same character again, right? Because they stay too long. Great complaint to have. Please call me, I will deal with this guest. But yeah, every hotel is trying to create those special moments for the guests to enjoy. Because in theory, you will be coming back to one hotel not because of the hotel. You will come either because of the product or because of the people. And usually it is the people who work there. So yeah, there is a definitely differentiate. But again, I can be giving details, because things are evolving. Because all the hotels now understand sustainability as well, and they need to go more green. So we trying to invent and implement and bring, and introduce more sustainable things, plastic free, more organic, local based, recyclable, and.
Yeah, for sure. Um, this is definitely very nice. I wouldn't even think of the things that you're saying. Or so going into like the operations and the guest expectations type of questions when managing hotels. When you step into a new property, say like a new hotel that you start to manage, what are the core pillars or you focus on in management operations, or the core pillars that you bring with you to new hotels that you possibly manage or work at?
Again, it goes back to people, right? So the first thing is for me to know the people, to know who do I have to make me successful, who do we have to make the guests happy, who do we have to make the building successful, right? You can have the most stunning building in the world at the most stunning rare location in UNESCO or whatever, but if you employ the wrong people, you will always fail.
Yeah.
So it always and always will come to people, which is obviously linked to one of your questions you mentioned at the beginning about, the young generation and what they want to expect. It is about the people. If you hire people where the DNA is not present, you will keep failing. So first I look who do I have? Is there maybe somebody wrongly placed? Because you might have somebody at the front desk who is not performing, but it's not because he doesn't want to, but because it's a wrong position. Then you move, let's say, to a restaurant, and they are completely opposite. I give you an example. I had an amazing pot washer in Caribbean. One day he says, "Hey boss, can I, see how you guys making pizza?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So I call my Italian chef. I said, "Please, Andrea, can you show right here, William, how to make a pizza?" At this given moment, and we're talking what now? We're talking about 8 years now. He's the best pizza making guy on the whole island because he found something that he's passionate for. So he doesn't make only pizza; he makes passionately made pizza. He look and he see it's good, it's not good. If it's not good, he put in a garbage. Say no, my this pizza can go to a guest. It's not good enough. And that's what is our job as leaders, finding the right talent at the right positions to make sure they execute.
Yeah.
And I'm always saying to my employees, it's okay to say, I don't like this job that we hired for. It's better to know now than later because you will never give you 100%. And that's not fair to you, wasting your time doing a job that doesn't suit you, doesn't make you happy. Second of all, you will never give 100% to people around you you're working with. And third of all, it's not fair to a guest who's paying actually our paychecks because you will never give 100% to them. So I'm always saying when I'm hiring people, don't be scared to say, this is not for me
Hmm.
during your probation period. That's why there's a probation period. That's why we're giving the agreement between us and the new employee. Let's say those 2 or 3 months probation period to make sure is this the right fit for you.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair to a guest, and guests will always feel like, there is something off. It's not fair to them.
Mhm.
So going back to the original question, people is always the first. Because I was obviously, I was very much afraid when I left Four Seasons after almost 20 years and went to Allbach. I'm like, oh my gosh, what I'm gonna do? I know only Four Seasons. But once you step out of your Four Seasons, you step out and say, oh, it's the same thing. It's a hotel. We check in, we check out, we clean the room, a restaurant, pool, beach service. Interior is the same thing, but it's the people makes the hotel difference.
Definitely. And if I can add one thing, during my internship, what something that I noticed is so you know I don't know if you have that if you've ever had this in your previous hotels, but what our hotel does is we have like Mr. Guest who arrives like once a year to check the hotel, its amenities, its service, it's basically everything that the hotel has to offer. It's called the LQA. I don't know if you know it. Yeah.
Everybody has an LQA. The whole world has an LQA.
Oh,
Trust me.
okay, okay. And so for example, my hotel failed in the beginning of the year because of the employees. And so what I noticed is a lot of the employees in my hotel, for example, and what the problem that I noticed, the hotel that I worked at is they don't have people who are like actually passionate about their job. People are just coming and leaving, and people are not taking it seriously. And one thing I noticed, and I told my front desk uh, manager, I said, if you don't have the people who will stick to their job and actually do something that they're passionate about, the LQA is not going to be as good, right? It's all the people that make up the experience or make it worth in the
You know
hotel.
what? 100%. And what I like with you, Alibek, that you mentioned 3 times my hotel. It's not your hotel. You don't work there. It was only internship. Yet in your head, it's still my hotel, which means you build a connection with the hotel. So I know already that if I hire you, I'm the GM of the Swiss hotel, from Accor Group. I know you will give me more than the guy next to you because you have the genes, you have the DNA, you have the passion for it.
Definitely.
Because normally we will say my hotel, and you mentioned it 3 times during one sentence.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's the difference. Oh, but yes, LQA. We all want to find and we all want to make sure we find the inspector that we can, make the stay better. But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of LQA. Come check us if you're doing right or bad. And any LQA report, if it's good or bad, is still good because they show you where you're falling short. Because you cannot be everywhere.
Yeah.
And the guests see things different than we see, right? You, as you said, front desk, I don't check in, check out. But you are not the guest on the other side experiencing the check-in, right? Do I get everything I need to get from you? Or are you just robotic ticking the boxes? Oh, you need to please sign in, credit card, passport, stay, room rate, blah, 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 blah. It's very robotic, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying to my employees. And I think you might have the question there maybe later on. If you're dealing with a guest complaint, rule number one, put yourself in the shoes of the guest.
Mhm.
Once you put yourself in the shoes of the guest to understand why they're complaining, would you like it? Maybe you be the same. That's where the empathy comes. Once you really get on the same level with the guest, you start and be more empathetic to understand, then you get a better result. You get a better answer. You support them in better way than just being robotic or complaining, okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, how much you want discount? 20%? Okay, yeah, okay, 20% discount. Thank you. Next. Sometimes people don't care about money. And I had an amazing experience back in Texas when I had a guest complaint, room service order, we were running late. Guest calls, furious, where is my order? Simple, cheeseburger, Diet Coke, very simple order. And I see the hour is 6 minutes late. One of my employees, who is the guy, he goes every Sunday to church. He's, in the church doing, preaches and everything. Said, boss, don't worry, I deal with it. I said, Doug, thank you very much. Douglas was his name. He takes the order, he goes to the room, silence, perfect, and I forget, right? We moving on. About 20 minutes later, the phone rings, and I see it's the front office manager calling me. Say, hey, Jan, Mr. Smith is outside the building, very upset. He wants to see you. I'm like, wow, what happened? So I know the burger was late, but Douglas went to the room. So I go to see Doug before I go to see Mr. Smith. I say, hey, Doug, what happened? Oh, no, boss, all good. Look, he gave me $100 as a tip, so he's happy. I'm like, something doesn't add up. So we were late 6 minutes, 7 minutes, let's say. He tips him $100, yet the guest is still very upset. So something in the story doesn't add up. I'm like, okay, so I go outside. I see him sitting on the curb of the parking lot, smoking. So I go there. I introduce myself. I apologize again for being late. He says, yeah, let me tell you something. I stay at Four Seasons because I know you guys are perfect on timing. I'm taking medication, but my medication works only when I take a food with the medication. So again, I'm at Four Seasons. So I order my cheeseburger. You guys at 2:30. So I know at 2:30 I got my burger. So what I did, I took my medication. But you guys are not coming. You are late. So my medication is working, but my medication needs food to be calm. So what do you think happening? My body is reacting, and all I need is my burger to eat. The doors rings, I open, and you send this guy. I think his name was Douglas. And this guy is giving me speeches. He talk and talk and talk. And I don't care. All I want is to eat that burger because my body is reacting. So what I did, I gave him $100 to shut him up, to get him out of my room so I can eat the burger. I said, here is the $100. So it's not that he was so good. He just wanted to shut him up to eat the burger. So he says, yeah, the conclusion is, I ate the burger. So don't try to remove it from my account. I can buy a hotel anytime I want to buy a hotel. It's not about the money. It's the principle. If you say 2:30, be in the room at 2:30. That's it. Thank you very much. You can go now.
Yes.
See how simple it is. Mm-hmm. It's about listening and understanding and being empathetic with the person. Mm-hmm. So the whole story was the burger. He wants to eat a burger. Yet my employee is there. Oh, we apologize. Da, 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 da. Here, shut up. Get out. I want to eat.
Yeah.
So, and that's where I'm trying to teach my people as well. We are very quick to jump to conclusion because we're getting complaints every single day. So we're becoming robotic, right? We're becoming like very numb to guest complaints. But not every complaint is the same like the complaint before. So it's really about, if the guest is there complaining, put yourself in that guest's shoes, stop and listen. Yes. Listen. Listening skills are very important because you might miss few parts. Let them finish the whole story and then paraphrase. Oh, did you say the burger was late? Did you say the burger was not good? To make sure you have an agreement on the complaint. And then listen, what do they want as a solution? If you know we made a mistake, we take the blame. Okay, we made a mistake, we apologize. How can we recover? But this guy, he didn't want anything. So don't remove the bill. I ate the burger. I will pay for the burger. All I want, be on time next time. Thank you very much. And that's it.
Yes. I agree. Empathy is definitely a very important factor.
You can teach people exactly as you also said. It doesn't mean that you might be a line level employee, that you can just put your side. I don't see what's happening on your each side. If you see your colleagues are doing something wrong, speak up, tell them. Because at the end, you are one team. So if the guy or the lady next to you are doing something wrong, at the end, it's all of you doing something wrong. They will always push you down because, as you know, LQA is not per person. LQA is per department. Yes. So if that agent will fail because you close the eye, you don't tell him, oh, you're doing this wrong, you all will fail. Mm-hmm. And then the report will come, oh my gosh, 82% front desk, poof, you all will get a slash.
Yeah.
Speak up. And you have that. You mentioned it, my hotel, 3 times. So you have the passion. The DNA is growing. So keep doing it. Well done on you.
Thank you so much. So one of the sections that I also added was the digital experience of the hotels, which is completely different from guest experiences. Um, and I just want to lightly touch up on that. In your experience, how important is a hotel's online presence in shaping guest expectations or guest experience as a whole?
I think this is a very, very good point and very relevant, especially now with your generations who are on TikToks and Instagrams and all these, additional platforms. We have to learn a lot from you guys. And I can tell you, majority of all the top hotel brands are failing. Why? Because we think we have a beautiful web pages, we have a beautiful pictures and this and that, but people don't care about it. They want simplicity. That's why Booking.com, for example, is the ruler of online, bookings, for example, and destroying all the big hotels. And we're talking Four Seasons, we're talking Jumeirah, we're talking Amman, we're talking Six Senses, Bulgari, you name it. We all failing because Booking.com, what they can do, 1, 2, 3 clicks, you're done.
Yeah.
With our pages, you go, you find the hotel, check the room. You have like maybe 4 times more clicks to do the same what you do with Booking.com. And Booking.com, they know that. I went for a conference last year. It was called One Click. So now with AI, they are building AI in your booking platform, meaning that the AI will be thinking for you, okay, so he's booking hotel in Dubai. I can see he is in Singapore. Oh, what about your air tickets before you book your hotel? Okay, you got your air tickets, you got your hotel. Oh, what about your car transportation? So they can help you with car transportation to the airport to fly you to Dubai, then transportation from Dubai airport to your Dubai hotel. Then you got your Dubai hotel stay. Oh, you are in Dubai. What about safari? What about water sports? What about this and this and that? So you book all of that. Then you finish your stay. Transportation again to the airport transport. So their whole goal is to, with one click, to book the whole journey for you. We cannot do that.
Mhm.
As a hotels, we cannot do same thing. We are only hotels. So what we can do, we book your hotel and we can help you with transportation to the hotel and from the hotel. Then we can curate your hotel stay. But Booking.com, because they are so independent, they can touch everything around. They can do the transportation, they can do the airline tickets. We are not airline company. We cannot be doing airline tickets for you.
Mhm.
So this is where I know we will keep failing over and over. Expedia is trying to catch Booking.com, but Expedia is better for US market. Here in Europe and Middle East, it is Booking.com, and they doing exceptional work, and they know it. And they grabbing everything they can to make sure they can really build the whole vacation for you without any hassle. One click, you are done. So we, for example, Jumeirah, we just did exceptional work. We did a brand new web page, which is beautiful. I mean, we spent lots of money, resources, photography to make the web page beautiful. Yet, we will still fail against Booking.com because we don't have these additional touch points.
Mhm.
So, to you as a person, do you need this one click and you are done? Or do you want to actually pick the hotel based on the imaginary of the hotel, go through it? We still keep a nice capture ratio, let's say, on capturing the guests who come through our page and they book through our page to make it also simple. We're learning from Booking.com, let's be honest. Yet we need to learn a lot more from Booking.com. But they will be always step ahead from us because they can do more than we can do as the hotels, right? We are quite limited. So, but it is important because the future is TikTok.
Yes.
And Booking.com, they know that. They want you guys to go through TikTok. They want you, once you are scrolling your, reels and everything and videos, book right there. So we want the same. We want to make sure we are there as well. We want to make sure that, hey, look at this guy. Oh, like, please click here, book here. Stay on your, platform that you are right now, but you can book your hotel.
Yeah.
So, but for that, we need younger generation, and we know that. So we working a lot with third-party companies who are masters in marketing, who are masters, in social medias and everything, because we cannot be doing everything, right? So we have the people who are the brains who knows what we need to achieve, and then they are deciding which third-party company we will hire to help us to achieve the goal.
Mhm. Yeah. Definitely. I wouldn't even have thought about this, all these small components going into.
Oh, trust me, there is so much headache in our jobs. You think the GM is a fluffy job walking around drinking coffee? Oh my goodness gracious, we need to know everything. Trust me. Construction of the building, we need to know how sewage is working, if the pipe breaks, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a lot to learn.
For sure, yeah. And speaking of the younger generation, as you said, what advice would you give to students who want to work in the luxury hospitality industry? Would you
You
say?
see, I think this is a very interesting point because many of young students who finish the hotel school, they all believe I can be a big boss already without doing the hard work first.
Mm.
They all want to jump from the school straight to the suit and tie, having the good name tag, get the business card, I'm the big boss, without understanding how to do the job first, right? And this also something comes back to me. I had the chance to skip positions to grow faster, but I said I don't want to. I purposely went step by step by step to make sure that I understand every job that I'm doing while I become the boss so I know how to help my employees. So my first ultimate goal was to be director of food and beverage. So for that of F&B, I need to understand restaurant business. I need to understand kitchen. I need to understand stewarding, room service, banqueting. So I went through all these positions. Why? Because I said, I don't want to be one day standing in front of my employee who will ask me, oh, Mr. Jan, how do I do this? I'm like, I don't know. I never done it, but I'm your big boss. So you figure out. Me as a person, as a human, I would feel bad. So I would say, I'm always saying it, be a humble student. No matter if you are a fresh student or you are a senior GM, trust me, every single day you can learn something new. I would call it be a sponge, right? When you have a dry sponge, you need water to soak it up. So I'm saying the same to people, be this sponge, keep soaking in, keep getting information, keep learning. I thought I've seen it all. Trust me, every single week there is a new guest complaint that you didn't see before, that nobody can prepare you for during the hotel school. So again, for the young generation, just go with the flow. Don't be scared to make a mistake. We all make mistakes. We, even GMs, even the CEOs, we all make mistakes. That's normal, but we learn from the mistakes. So take everything as an opportunity. Even you will go through the journey, you will have amazing bosses you will love, and you have bosses you will hate because how they talk, how they behave, how they not talk to you, and this. That doesn't matter. You can always learn from all people. From the bad people, learn what you don't like. Make sure you remember, don't do it to your own people. If you're with a boss who is doing something amazing, oh, it worked, I love that. Do it to your own people as well because they will love it as well. And trust me, I went through many, many bosses. I had one boss and we didn't click. It was literally from day one hitting the wall. And she knew that, I knew that. And I said, Danielle, she was a lady, French lady, close to retirement back then. And I told her, I said, I know you will never support me because you are close to retirement, you are protecting your seat. Because literally I turn around, she will stop me just to make sure she protects her seat. I'm like, this is, we cannot work like that. My job is to make you successful. The most annoying thing is Friday, 3 p.m. That was our weekly meeting. I will come, I sit, but between me and her was a computer screen. So you are sitting like that, looking at her behind the screen to make sure she sees you. I'm like, okay. And then she asks you a question, and then she turns, look at the mirror, and start with makeup. I'm like, is she serious? So she's my big boss. She asked me a question, but she doesn't listen. So I would stop talking. And she's like, so what did you say? I'm like, I said nothing. Why? I said, because you don't listen. There was no chemistry.
Yeah.
It didn't work, right? But again, me respectfully, she was my boss. So my job is to always learn what my boss needs, how he or she works, how he or she, doesn't work, to make sure I find my way to work and make the person successful. It's very simple because if she's not successful, you are not successful.
Yeah.
So again, as you keep growing, always make sure you understand your boss, how they work, what information they need, And don't waste time doing things that you might think she or he might like. Don't waste your time. They will never appreciate it. They might say, oh, thank you. But where is the thing I ask you to do? Oh, there is no oh, where is my job? So, and so I'm saying, even for a big from corporate office, they send the email like, okay. I said to my team, let's execute, let's have it done, let's move on, let's go back to our operation. Because big bosses, they don't really care about your day-to-day operation. That's your job, right? So, and me as a GM, it's about getting the big information from the corporate office, me soaking in, and then spreading out to my team to execute.
Definitely.
But again, still keep learning. I just got a new boss. She started, what, 4 months ago? And she came from outside hospitality industry. So I had an option. Either I would hate her because I said, how this lady can be my boss if she doesn't understand hotels? Or I said, wow, she doesn't understand hotels, but she understands something else, so I can learn from her. It always comes back to you. And I'm always saying, before you start complaining, look at the mirror, look at yourself, and ask yourself, why do I complain? Is it because I don't like my job? Change the job. Is it because you don't like Sisu Hotel? Change, go to Four Seasons, go to Amman, go to Bulgaria, pick any other. There is so many hotel brands. You don't like the city? Go to different city.
Yes.
You guys, generation, look at me. I'm old grandpa almost, but I still keep traveling.
Yeah.
It's all up to you. People are very comfortable to complain. They love to be the victims. It's easy to complain and do nothing. Or take charge. We all have an expiration. We all are here for a certain time. We all will have the day when the day will come, we are done. So don't waste your time. So my advice, don't waste your time. Be a humble student and keep learning. Because we can always learn something, we can always do something. If you don't like the job, that's okay. Go and do something else that you will love, you will enjoy, you will appreciate. And that's okay. That's okay.
Definitely. And I think communication and dedication is key when working in such an industry. Well, Jan, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your incredible journey and insights. It's been a privilege to learn from your experience, and I know our listeners will walk away with a deeper appreciation for what truly goes into managing luxury hotels. I'm Alibek, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and never underestimate the power of a first impression.
Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity.